Hey guys, Alex and Nick here. Welcome back to our channel. Today we would like to talk about company stamps, also called company CHOPS in China.
Yes.
So Nick, like I said, he's an expert in China in company formation. So he will be mostly, explaining which stamp for what. And also I will be asking some questions to clarify and making comments. So basically in China we have 4 stamps, right?
You can give me the stamps.
Yeah.
I introduced it.
Alright, here we go.
And now we just, I have 3 stamps because another stamp my colleague do the account, so he keep it.
Okay, for accounting they keep it one.
Yeah, first I introduce the first one. This is company stamps. If you have signed some contracts with a client,
right,
you need these company stamps and have your company Chinese name and your company English name. English name is just a foreign company, just
foreign-owned company.
Yes,
right?
use on the contract and maybe yes. And another 2. This is your legal person name is legal person stamp.
Legal person is the company director, guys.
Yes, just your name. And this is for the tax. And these 2 stamps we usually use to the bank.
In the bank.
Yeah,
right?
so if you to the bank, I suggest you bring these 3 stamps because these 2 stamps also, if you maybe for example you receive some USD money,
foreign currency money.
Yes,
right,
and you need to change the USD to the Chinese. So you need to go to the bank to this stamp to use it. And the first one is like the invoice stamps. If you from 发票, so use the invoice stamps.
Right.
Also like this, yes. And someone asked me why my stamps have a star.
In the middle there is a star sometimes. So
and
here's
if
the
you see some stamps have a star, this is for the Chinese company.
Okay.
Because they know Chinese English name, so they will have a star. This is Chinese company. And yes.
Okay, let me explain.
Yes.
All right. So basically, thank you, Nick, for the introduction. So basically, guys, from the beginning, the round one is the company stamp, the main stamp, okay, of the company. And this one is mostly used, like Nick said, for the when signing the contracts, right? And it's very important that you don't lose it. Later on, we'll talk about it. And these 2 square stamps, one is for the company director with the company director's name, also called legal person stamp. And the next one is just, again, company stamp, but it's used for tax. But when all of these 3 stamps are used at the bank for the transactions, basically. For example, if your company receives some foreign currency from abroad, doesn't matter how much, okay, then you need to actually, you or your accountant, they need to take all these stamps and go to the bank physically to stamp the papers in person, right? And then you have to also bring your bank card to process the transaction, basically. And also, Nick mentioned that there is the 3rd stamp, which is kept by the accountant. Okay, accountant stamp is also only used for 发票.
Yeah, 发票.
发票 in Chinese, the Chinese translation of invoice, basically, yeah. Because 发票 is printed using a special machine, so when it's printed, it has to be stamped using that special stamp. So that's why ours is with the accountant now, but we get to keep all these 3 stamps. And additional to stamps, I know that there is something called 𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤, right?
𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤 also is for the tax.
Yeah, also for the tax, and it's kept by the accountant.
Yes, and another 𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤 is for if you want to change your company business scope, change the shareholder, change your company name, and first use the 𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤 and to log in online to do something. Yes.
All right. So okay, guys.
Also, also the 𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤 will the account 会计 will be keeping it.
Okay, 会计 is accountant in Chinese. So basically, guys, 𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤 is exactly like USB device, just like that. So it's kept by the accountant because the purpose of it is to make some change in the company. For example, if you want to change a shareholder, business scope, etc., etc., That is the purpose of it. Okay, it's kept by the accountant because accountant is also an authorized person. Kind of in some instances, not all the time, but in some cases, accountant can act on behalf of the legal person if the legal person is not in China, for example. All right, Nick. So once again, how do you call it in Chinese?
this one is 公章
I can give it to you.
and this is 法人章 mean legal person stamps and 财务章 and another the fourth one is 发票章
Zhang basically is a stamp. Yeah,
yes.
and Faran is the company director.
Direct.
Right? Yeah. So when you come to China, start the
财
business,
务
you get
means
familiar with
account
this.
会计财务
Qiaozhe is the accountant,
Yes.
right? All right. So and next part of the video is going to be what happens if you lose them.
Yeah, so stamps are very important. If you lose it, so in China you must, list on the Chinese newspaper.
Government newspaper, right?
Just maybe
Just the public
Shanghai
newspaper.
newspaper
All right,
and
local ones.
and you just on the paper list and your company and lose what stamps and want to get the new one and then after 2 or 3 days, but you must pay the money.
All right, of course.
Around 200 or 300 yen.
All right.
And after 2 or 3 days, you can receive your newspapers. Then you go to the stamp shop to get the new 4 stamps, and they will to upload the newspaper, your company
Again,
license,
right.
and do it again online. To, maybe this is a police website.
Police website.
Yes,
Okay.
and then very fast. One day you can get the 4 new stamps. But when you get the new stamps, if before you to the bank do the transfer, use the old stamps, you must go to the bank change the
Change in the system.
stamps on the system.
All right.
Because and every shop maybe some different with the stamps, new one.
All right. So for the common eye, guys, if you look at the stamps, they all look similar to me, for example. But as an expert, yeah, he's Nick. According to Nick, he says that every stamp making shop that is also authorized by the government. It's not like random, stamp makers on the street. These are all authorized and certified by the government. So they have different styles. Okay, there is a difference. Maybe we, like common people, cannot differentiate, but there is a difference. Okay, so when you lose it, you have to get a new one, and that new one will be different. Right?
Yes.
The style will be different.
Yes,
entirely.
and then you to bank change to new stamps, and then you can use the new stamps for your company business.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, basically, another thing I want to mention is sometimes in China when you don't have a company, fingerprints, using fingerprints is also, sort of common. For example, if you're an individual, you don't have a company, but you want to rent, a flat or something like apartment, maybe. And I've seen personally, I've also used personally before, before opening my company, with the signature you also sign, and then next to your signature you use your fingerprint.
指纹
Yeah.
名指纹 yes.
Zhiwen. Yeah. So you just there's a stamps pad, and in the red one, the red color, and then you just tap on it and then use it.
I have
This one.
this one, yes, just this one.
Yeah. So you just touch it and then use your fingerprint.
Yeah. Also,
basically.
I teach you how to use the stamps.
Sure.
Also, this 2 stamp. Also, you need this one, just like this.
Yeah. It's very important that
you can buy it on Taobao very cheap.
Very,
but
yeah,
it's very
like-
important for your company. Must have it.
Basically, yeah. The reason why we are talking about this, how to use it, is because it is very important. When you go to the bank and you use one of these square or the round one on bank forms, like currency exchange or something like that, transaction exchange forms. It's very important that the stamp is clearly stamped.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Very clear. If some part of the stamp is not visible, they will make you stamp again and again and again.
You remember last time
Yeah,
we
last
the bank, we try a lot of times.
Yeah. I remember it was like at least 15 times because of the, I don't know, because of the color, maybe not enough or something. Every time I stamp, one part of the stamp was not clear. So that's why it's very important that you buy a new one.
Yes.
And you can bring it to the bank if they don't have one, so you can use the new one with the fresh color. Anyway, and so that's it. Basically, stamps are very important in China. I know that in most of the Western countries and developed Asian countries, stamps are not used sometimes, only the signature.
Yeah.
In China, company has the different stamps basically. And also, I want to comment on one thing. Last comment. You mentioned that there's a star in some stamps.
Yeah, star.
Yeah. So that happens when your company has at least one Chinese shareholder. All right. So it basically, if the company is foreign-owned company, it doesn't have a star in the middle. It has English name instead, and then Chinese name. All right. But if there is at least one Chinese shareholder in the company, the stamp will have a star, okay, instead of English name, because that's a kind of a partnership company, and that's the reason basically. If there is a Chinese person, you will have a star in the middle. So that's the difference. Alright guys, so with that we'll finish the video, and if you have any questions related to that or our services, welcome to contact us, and we will be glad to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.